And welcome back, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. This is episode 37. Yeah, man. Let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this.
I'm on the air, we got this pockets flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkle in some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAP.
Welcome, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Bowes, and sitting virtually across from me is Matty G.
Hey.
How are you doing today, Matty?
Oh, not too shabby, staying away from people and living my best life.
Oh, as long as you're living the best life. Speaking of the best life, we've got one of our fantastic and probably one of our most favorite guests returning today, Stuntman Geoff Scovell. Geoff, how you doing?
That was really generous and super smooth segue into my intro. I really appreciate that. Thanks, buddy.
Well, I normally go into a little bit of backstory, but most guests have probably heard you once before, and we know how much fun we have with you. So we could just kind of fast forward into the fact that you're fantastic and you're here once again.
God bless you. I love you, man. Thanks. And thanks for having me back again. I really appreciate that.
That's really good. Matty G, why don't you lead us into our news segment today?
All right, sounds good. Let's jump right in. So the article reads, Utah's mom's penis face masks raises thousands for charity. So a Utah mom whose phallic-themed face mask selfie went viral on Facebook has raised thousands of dollars for a local nonprofit organization by selling her unique creations. According to the station recording this article, Mindy Vincent's C-Block Corona masks have raised $56,000 US for the Utah Harm Reduction Coalition, a public health program for people dealing with substance abuse issues. The Salt Lake City mom first showcased her fashion-forward face mask on a Facebook post last Thursday. When someone tells me my mask has penises on it, I kindly let them know that this is how I determine that they're too close and kindly back the fuck up. Vincent captioned in the post with a photo of herself wearing the face mask. The post garnered 100,000 comments, 450,000 shares, and a lot of people asking Vincent how they could get her specialty face masks. Her son then came up with an idea to sell her creations online to help continue to raise funds for the UHRC.
And brings a whole new meaning to dick face.
What was the original meaning?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Well, I don't think dick face originally had a bunch of dicks on your face, but
I mean, that would sound like where it would come from.
It totally would. So hilarious. I got to ask you, though, her original design, when I hear that there is a penis mask, I'm assuming there are prints of penises versus the fact that it looks like a big dick on her mouth. Like there's a guy has created the face hugger mask that looks like the alien's face hugger. Have you guys seen that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy and realistic. So I was like, okay, so this girl's got now a dick mask. So does it start at the balls and trunk its way down, or is it like you just put the tip in your mouth and it's kind of like an oxygen thing?
And there's like a little inches regulator as it goes further down her chin.
It tells you how much coronavirus is getting sucked up in there.
That's fucked up.
You just undo the ball canisters.
They're just little cartoon dicks. Lots of little cartoon dicks.
Oh, that's actually really fantastic. So it's good that that it's raising charity, it's raising awareness, and it's a great way to tell people to keep the fuck away. So I definitely would. And I know they're saying it the C block because it's probably Corona block, but I think it should just be called cock block, the good old cock block mask.
Yep.
Because,
hey, C block, right?
Well, it kind of goes back to the fact that you've got so many people who are like fearing the fact that they can't have sex right now.
Yeah,
Right?
what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing to do right now.
Well, there are a few other things, and
No?
it's the only thing on Matt's mind.
I'm having sex right
I'm
now.
having sex right now.
My wife doesn't even know.
And I'm done.
What the hell am I going to do with the rest of these 24 hours?
Right? I really should have paced it out. Oh my god! So that's pretty funny. I mean, I think they probably should have, in the article, told people that it was a printed mask with little printed penises versus, because the imagination just runs wild, especially when you've been locked up in isolation for so long now, right?
Yeah, I think that's the fun of it. Maybe we shouldn't post the picture.
Yeah, we'll just leave it to people's minds. They'll have to go research it. Maybe if they type in like cock face mask, they'll actually come up with something really cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Cockfacemask.com. That's where you want to go.
Said no one who Googled that ever.
I'm not Googling
Yep. Everybody's got to go ask their wives just in case. Oh, boy. Well, the other thing you could do could be what this young lady did. So my article title says, 93-year-old woman got a massive Coors Light delivery after viral plea for more beer. So this woman, her name was, I can't remember her first name. But the last name's Olive. But she basically put a sign or a video of her holding a Coors Light beer can and a big sign saying, "I need more beer." And someone had gotten a hold of this and, of course, made it go viral on social media. And so her first name was Olive. It's Olive Veronesi. She basically said, thanks to Coors, instead of having to sing 99 bottles of beer to the wall and having to pass it around and share it, she now gets 150 cold ones to keep all to herself in this day and age.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. But I mean, if I really wanted that much Coors, I'd just open my tap.
Yeah, I was going to say just reach into the toilet, but no, I mean, if you're running out of beer, clearly you just need to come up with something really funny or look really old and shaking a beer can, and hopefully Coors will take pity on you and drop off 150 cold beers to your house. So basically it was actually shared more than 5 million times, and it was actually a very cute picture of her holding the beer can and the sign, and I guess it had gotten to the Coors Light representatives, who had a real chuckle about it and had sent the beer as a hey, thanks for giving us laughs. So even with COVID out there, you can have a really good time with I don't know, like I feel like if I was an elderly man or even just my age now with a sign saying please give more beer, people would be like, go fuck yourself. But for some reason it's super cute and funny when an old lady does it.
I'd be like, I'm gonna dress up as an old man and be like, I'm out of hookers and blow.
Need more hookers and blow. I wonder if that'll get down to Vegas or something and they'll do a delivery. Oh shit. Jesus. All right, Maddie, what else you got?
Here's one. This is the irony side of this whole thing. So, pastor who snubbed nose at ban to keep preaching to packed church has died. So a little on the darker side, but it's a good message. So a Virginia pastor who kept preaching to a packed church despite bans on gatherings of more than 10 people has actually died from contacting COVID-19. So Bishop Gerald Glenn, the top holy man at New Deliverance Evangelistic Church in Richmond, died Sunday, according to a video posted on the church's Facebook group a week before he was diagnosed with the coronavirus. His last sermon was believed to be held on March 22nd. And I firmly believe that God is larger than this dreaded virus. You can quote me on that, he said, according to the New York Post. I am essential. I'm a preacher. I talk to God. Glenn admitted it was controversial to preach to a packed church despite protocols to keep people safe, and acknowledged he was in violation of those protocols, but he vowed to keep preaching anyway. Their daughter is now urging people to stay home to avoid getting coronavirus. Her father initially dismissed the symptoms to keep preaching, but basically it forced the rest of the family to see the light. So I just it's a bit of dark humor but it's the irony, right? It's like,
yeah. I don't want to start spouting about anti-religious stuff right now.
No, totally.
Because instinctively, I want to make a joke about that, and unfortunately, it did result in someone's death. So I really try not to. But I feel like the fact that he continued to preach, and yet that the church was still full, people were still coming.
Right?
I mean, so he died. He was like, no, I'm going to go against this. I'm still going to preach. But in the end, he's probably got a lot more people infected because of it.
And that's just it. And I guess now, and I didn't read this part, but his wife has it now.
Oh,
so,
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, his statement aged like fine milk. Like, good God. and I think the motivations there are interesting too. Like, do you really believe that he was continuing to do sermons because of God, or because he just wanted to fill that collection plate?
Right. No, it's an excellent point.
It is. And this really goes back to one of the reasons I stopped going to church. And it's not to say that I don't believe or anything. It's just when I had a basically the minister was up at the front, and they were talking about how times were tight and you really had to tighten that belt and strap down and be careful where you spend your money. And then within 30 seconds, he's like, open up those purse strings to fill the plate. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Don't fall into the pits of the root of all evil, the almighty dollar. But seriously, I need some of that.
Yeah. But I need some dollars. Give them to me. I'll put them away. Get rid of that wretched sin of money. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So that's kind of crazy, but it's unfortunate. All right. Well, let's go into something that's a little bit more risque for today, and this is good old Florida news.
Oh yes,
yes, we got a Florida news. This one titled is "Dirty Easter Bunny Leaving Eggs for Florida Residents."
Oh God.
Oh.
Were they meth eggs?
No. So basically, the sheriff's office got several calls about explicit Easter eggs people were receiving. The Easter eggs had crackers, toilet paper, and porno stuffed into them. Basically, the eggs were secretly placed into lots of mail boxes through the Flagler County, according to the news release that came out Monday morning. Deputies are trying to find who this dirty Easter bunny is, both figuratively and physically. The person who did this is not only a very sick individual, but could actually be spreading COVID-19 by their actions. They said they're working very, very hard to find the offender and put them in the Green Roof Inn. I'm assuming that is their joke for prison. And if anybody receives something like this or has information, that they were to call them right away. Now, the funny thing is the eggs were found with goldfish crackers, a single sheet of toilet paper, and porno. Now, some of them did have powdered drink mix, and all I could think of is like, I don't know, like, sure, you shouldn't be taking things from people who might be spreading the virus, or especially if this is not a packaged item. But at the same time, it kind of felt like this guy was trying to do a good deed by giving the necessities of food and potential water/drinks. Also pornography. I mean, some people need that. I felt like he thought he was doing a good service.
He's the hero that this world needs right now.
Right. And
I mean, I kind of want to party with this guy.
Right?
Toilet paper and powdered drink. Let's do
right.
that.
I mean, and he must have had a lot of money.
A giant bunny with some big old fucking sunglasses, just handing out sweet presents.
Right. and the fact that like toilet paper. Well, geez, if you got like 5 or 6 eggs, you could have a good dump.
What the fuck?
You know. So, anyways, I thought that was kind of neat. I feel like this guy might be, getting a bit of a hard rap for what